Being a perfectionist is so frustrating. On one hand, it's like a badge of honor. I do things really well because I'm a perfectionist. And on the other hand, it's like I can't do some things at all because when I'm not really that excited for X, Y, or Z, I don't really feel like putting the time and energy to make it perfect. So I procrastinate. And I often get so paralyzed and then I can't make decisions because I don't know which choice or which direction is the right one or the absolute best one. It's like inadvertently being obsessed with having to do things right or 100% or not doing them at all. And I'm so over it. Is anyone else out there like this? Put a lightning bolt if this is you. Being perfect is just too much work. It's due to thinking that others' expectations are really high for you. So I'm doing this really well because I expect you to want it done perfectly and done like super amazingly well. But in reality, it's only your perceived expectation of the outcome, and they don't care nearly as much as you do. This could be anything. You could be vacuuming and vacuum up every single last crumb and move furniture to get all the crumbs and all the fuzz. But you know if your roommate did it, they would not be nearly as nitpicky as you. You've set the bar too high when it becomes exhausting to keep up with it. And then you know that it's time to change up your life. All of this probably came from sometime in school or when you were really little and you messed up and you got yelled at for doing it wrong, or you got made fun of. And so internally you decided as a young child to never do it wrong again and to avoid that situation and that reaction. And so your subconscious actually took all that in and it's kept up with this ever since, and that's actually natural. Your subconscious wants you to be safe and it wants to keep you safe. However, it's not helping you anymore, and it's time to let that go. In all the coaching that I've had, all the talking with my biz besties and my friends, all the business courses that I've taken over the years, what no one has ever said to me, it's time to make a choice, Ashley. It's time to decide and act. Once you decide and you commit to the decision, that's when things actually start happening. You have to release what you don't want to do anymore. You have to allow yourself to possibly mess up. To make a mistake. To make someone mad. Yes, someone somewhere may not like what you have decided to do or say. And maybe that someone is close to you. But when are you going to put your desires first? When will you listen to that internal voice telling you how much you want to say no? I get that you want to make others happy and you like when people like what you do. And you like that feeling of being helpful and wanted by others. But if it comes at the cost of your happiness and your enjoyment of life, your sanity and your stress level, your sleep and your worry, it's decision time. How can you take one easy step towards what you want? You have done enough. You've been there for others. Now it's time for you to be there for you. You have to start noticing when that voice is whispering. When you hear it whisper, how long are you going to ignore it? You are the one in your way, and it's time to get out of the way. No one ever told me that. I had to figure it out for myself, and now I'm here to tell you that you are in your own way. It's time to listen to the whispers. It's time to pay attention to your desires, and it's time to start noticing. It's time to start acting on them. You have to get out of your own way to build the life that brings you joy and to do the thing already. Do the thing already. What is it? What is it that you want to be actually doing, that you're holding yourself back, that you're self-sabotaging? You need to stop with the excuses. You need to stop putting distractions in your way. You have to stop allowing the excuses to hold you back. It's you. You're blocking yourself from what you actually want. It's now time to shine. It's time to do the thing, to decide and then act. What is the thing that you want to do? And then you ask yourself, what do I feel inspired to do to just start? I just have to start, and it's just the one next step. No, perfectionist, you can't start being the expert right away. That's not how it works. You just have to start, and it's going to be messy, and you have to allow it to be messy. It's just the process of learning and mastering the new skill of becoming who you want to be and how you want to do it, and doing what you really want to do. Think of it as a challenge, as a new skill that you're mastering, and you're going to become better day by day. If you just start with day one might suck, and you might be disappointed, and you might think it's a failure, but you have to keep going because you learned something by failing. That is the process of messing up and failure. It's taking the data and it's adjusting to make it just a little bit better. So hey, perfectionist, now you are a failure master. You must own the messiness. It's your new goal. It's your new bar. It's your new set point. How messy did you get, and what did you learn? You have to get messy, and you have to be okay with it. And what's super crazy about being imperfect, about openly sharing your flaws and not caring as much, people actually relate to it. People get it, and so you have to share about it. Vulnerability is actually attractive, and even though it sounds counterintuitive, it draws people into you, and it builds a trust because they get it. So, what do you do here? What do you do from here? Where do you start? You know what? All of this, this is me. This is literally me talking to me. But I also know that you need this pep talk as well. And all that I've said, this is my mess. This has been holding me back from building my online business, from doing what I actually want to be doing, which is leading cacao workshops and guided breathwork meditations that help people connect to themselves on a deeper level. And to me, not starting yet, this has felt like a major flaw. I feel like I haven't done enough. I feel like what I know isn't good enough. I've kept taking courses, and I've kept doing the next coaching or the next course or the next certification, thinking, I don't know enough. I'm not an expert. People won't want what I have because I don't know it all yet. And this has been my flaw, this damn perfectionism. And I don't want to admit this openly, but I'm starting to care less and just share my struggles because I've realized what I want to do is more important than caring what other people think about how I want to lead my life. Isn't that funny? Isn't that freaking crazy that we put so much emphasis on what other people think? I know I could be so much farther along making money through my business if I wouldn't have tried for the last couple years trying to freaking be all perfect with it. It's hilarious, actually. But here I am now. I'm ready to get messy and just try. Messy but learning. And I'm inviting you to come along with me. And so my offer for you, if you're watching this and you're like, holy shit, this is me, and I need to get out of my own way too. It's to start by joining my New Moon Cacao intention ceremony. So this uses ceremonial grade cacao, and it's part ceremony and it's part intention setting workshop, and there's some amazing guided meditations. And if you're new to ceremonial grade cacao, I'm going to put a link so that you can learn more about it. But basically what it does, it really enhances the connection that you have to yourself. And it's like when you drink it, it's like having an honest but super loving and caring conversation with yourself. So we drink that, and I just really love doing these monthly because it's just such a good way to get to every month to take an inventory of your life, what's no longer working, and what you want instead. And so really it's step one of you getting out of your own way. So join me in the next New Moon Cacao intention ceremony. Yes, it just takes the first step towards getting messy. Much love.